the suspicious squinty eyes and the 5 o'clock shadow. They both had dark hair and Alaskan husky intense blue eyes, but Ryan was full of muscles and attitude, while she just had the toot. Being a pixie-sized 5'2" and surrounded by tall, genetically perfect family members tended to bring out the pit bull in a person. He tilted his head toward her sad excuse for transportation.
Thought you bought a new car. Why are you still driving this hand-me-down piece of junk?
She'd rented a car the last time she'd been home. It wasn't her fault. They'd all assumed she was better off than she was. Leave it to annoying Ryan to point it out. I never sold this. It's handy for moving. What are you doing out here this time of night anyway?
Zeke and 2 of the 3 amigos called and said they saw a car turn down Grandma's drive. Just checking things out.
The 3 amigos. The bane of her existence. A trio of older women who'd always judged her the hardest. Well, thank you for doing your job, Mr. Perfect. Now go away. Ryan shook his head as he shouldered her aside and pulled out a key to unlock the door.
What kind of trouble are you in this time, Meggie?
Just thought it'd be nice for Haley to spend a summer on the lake. Never mind, she needed to hide from Haley's father.
Right. Need any help here?
Nope, got it. See you tomorrow?
Yep.
He had the nerve to muss the hair on top of her head like she was still a kid.
Good to see you, Muck.
As was their ritual, she slapped his hand aside and tried to knee him in the crotch, but he was always too quick. I'd rather you didn't call me that anymore, especially in front of Haley. Of all the nicknames her family enjoyed torturing her with, Muck, short for Megan the F-up, hurt the deepest, probably because it used to be mostly true. But not since she'd had Haley. Please, Rye? He glanced toward the car where Haley snoozed in her car seat and shrugged.
Yeah, okay. Night.
Night. She let out the breath she'd been holding and watched him walk away. Ryan and her oldest brother, Ben, were perpetually annoying, but the only truly decent guys she knew. All the others had lied to her, cheated on her, or broken her heart. Friends told her she had trust issues, but they were wrong. She could trust. She absolutely trusted that any guy she dated was going to hurt her in the end. Men. Who needed them? Anything they could give her, she could take care of herself with the right machinery and a fresh set of batteries. After cranking the car door open, she lifted her adorable, blonde Tasmanian devil onto her shoulder, then kicked the front door to the guest house open wider. Moonlight filtering through the windows guided her to the bedroom. Warmth filled her as she tucked her beautiful baby under the sheets. Technically, Haley wasn't a baby anymore. She was a precocious 2.5-year-old who proudly declared that extra half year to anyone who asked. And she looked just like her father. As Meg unloaded the few things they would need right away, thoughts of Josh still sent waves of hurt to her heart. He'd wormed his way into her life when she'd been giving a talk about management software at a resort trade show. When his mesmerizing, tiger-like amber eyes had locked onto hers, she'd totally forgotten her next bullet point. During the 2 drinks they'd shared after her presentation, she had connected with him like she'd never done with any other man. But it was his shoes that should have been the giveaway. Josh stood well over 6 feet, with thick blonde hair worn just a tad too long, working man broad shoulders, and a naughty you-know-you-want-me grin, all in stark contrast with his slick Armani suits and Italian loafers. Any straight man who paid that much attention to his shoes wasn't going to have time for love. She'd been an idiot, thinking she'd finally found the one, an upstanding guy who, when he made time for her, made her laugh like no one else. After dating a few months, she had moved into his upscale downtown condo that she then shared with him for about 4 more months. But when she'd accidentally gotten pregnant, the door hadn't had time to hit him on the butt on his way out of their relationship. Probably because he couldn't stand the thought of baby puke on his shiny Ferragamos. She'd have to remember to add the shoe thing to her
To keep listening to this audiobook, I've left you a link in the description so you can do it, at no cost thanks to Audible's 30-day free trial.